Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Brian. And I've been trying to make some videos, but my schedule has been absolutely insane today. And over lunch, just surfing around, there's been a lot of weird discussion about Pragmata, Capcom's new game that I thought, oh, this looks fun. This looks cute. This looks like a boomer shooter type game, just okay. I'm in, and I'm not gonna bore you with. We're not gonna go through the trailer because you've probably seen it. If you haven't, go watch it. I'll put a link in the description. But let's talk about one thing and one thing. This game and the weird controversy about it is baffling to me. So first off, we've got Stacy Henley, editor in chief of The Gamer. Now, if you don't know The Gamer, it is literally just about that, like Kotaku Jr. I mean, their takes are terrible. I mean, we look for them just because they get information a little bit ahead of time. So sometimes we look to them to see what's going on. Oh, they got something. Oh, let's find out about that. We only follow The Gamer and Kotaku just in case they get headlines, a little bit before somebody else. Really and truly, that's all we think. And their reviews are about as bad as IGN's. The Gamers are like, yeah. So they exist. It's been infiltrated. And because Stacy Henley, let's talk about Stacy Henley real quick, because when we're going to go into this article, this piece of information you need to know before we get started. Stacy Henley is a man who says he's a woman. I'm sorry if that's controversial to some people, but he was born with XY chromosomes and he masquerades as a woman. And I know that offends some people. And you know what? It offends me that my weight is causing me to have some slight health issues in the future, but I'm working to fix that. So yeah, I don't like the truth, but the truth is the truth. So beyond that, so we got this mentally ill man saying, oh, because he's mad. This is what this whole article is, one big article of projection. He's mad because he can't be a father and still pretend to be a woman. And even if he'd stop pretending to be a woman and goes back to being a man full time, his history will prevent him from ever having a child with another woman or even adopting. Well, I wouldn't say adopting, but definitely puts him way down the list. He's not going to find a woman that's going to see that history. Well, I say he's going to have a hard time. Like I said, there's simps on both sides. There's crazy simps on both sides, and I can point to several of them, but I'm not going to. I'm going to focus on the matter at hand, and the Pragmata is what we're talking about today. So, besides that, what we got to realize is, first off, this is a game. It's a game. And this man has just gone, boom, crazy. And here's the funny part. He lists all these things, like, oh, let's see, like it really was hard to read this article. I'm not even joking. And I admit I skipped through parts of it because I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. But here's the best part. Because, oh, we can't normalize, a man being paternal and taking care of a child and being protective. I'm like, being protective of a child is like ingrained in our DNA. Okay, that is. Are there exceptions? Of course there's exceptions. This is human nature. We live in a fallen world where sin corrupts and the evil has corrupted men and women. So there's always exceptions to the rule when it comes to nature. That's just a given. To say all that is ridiculous. But we'll come back into it. But my favorite part of it, besides the comments, if you just go watch, where'd it go? I lost it. I forgot I clicked somewhere. I had it highlighted. He hasn't even played the game yet. I haven't played the game yet. But I'm addressing the controversy around this because it seems foreign to some people. It seems foreign to far left or the crazy people. Pick whichever one you want to pick. I have no problem with left-leaning people, no problem with right-leaning people, no problem with it. I was like, I don't have a problem with people. I have a problem with people that deny the truth and try to distort something and twist something and make it evil. Yes, absolutely. Because what this article touches on, that I'm not going to go into too much detail, but any positive comments or positive question or neutral questions on Reddit about the game. Hey, is this game good? Comment removed. Hey, I love this game. Comment removed. All over Reddit, all over the PlayStation. And yes, there are some deviants that, take the image of Diana and just, Rule 34. It exists. It sickens me to my core, but it exists. But we got to come down to, people were getting mad that this little girl, who is an android, I believe, AI powered android or something to that nature. She's not actually a real girl, but she's got this blue coat on. It's kind of a big puffy coat, comes down to about her knees. Well, at one point they censored it and put more material underneath so you couldn't look and see, what could be the shape of her bottom. People got upset about that. These are the people that are writing articles like this that are upset because they couldn't twist the purity of a young girl, the image of a young girl. And that sickens me. As the dad of a girl, my oldest is a girl, and the absolute joy of my heart. Absolutely 100%. When I see stuff like that, it enrages me. It's like, how could you hurt a young child? I see my children and I'm like, you hurt children, that enrages me. It does. It's like, why would you hurt a child? As a father, it just, I'm like, yeah, I am all for redemption. I'm all for people atoning and carrying out their sentences and making amends and things of that nature. But I'm not about forgiving that type of level. So if any of you ask, yes, 100%. And this comes as someone for a number of years was a volunteer chaplain at a high security prison in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. So yes, I've seen the worst. I've met the worst. I've met the worst where I couldn't talk to them without armed guards in full riot gear. I've talked to the worst in Texas, okay? I do believe in redemption. I do believe in salvation of these people. But yeah, what they did, they have to pay for it. I'm sorry. So yeah, sorry on that little rant, as a girl dad and as a dad of a girl and a boy, it's just like, it blows my mind that people would even try to do that. It sickens me. So yeah, we got onto this, went way off what I was going to talk about. But anyways, back to this. So we got this trans editor-in-chief at The Gamer, of course, that is like, oh, we can't let this. Oh, well, Reddit's banned this Pragmata subreddit because of its content. Well, of course, like I said, Rule 34 exists and it's sick, but it exists. And, it's like, this is one of the things. And the other thing that's been making traction that I saw and is Mary Morgan. And come on, there we go. This post on X. And men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. 100% bull. 100% bull. Okay, first off, I know two men that do not want children. They don't. Hands down, they don't want children. Fine. I love them to death, but I know these two guys are not going to have children. And they're my age. And the likelihood of them having children isn't out of the realm of possibility, but is very unlikely. And so, yeah, 100%. these people are not, these two guys are not going to have kids. They don't have the maternal leave. Like I said before, exception. The one thing I knew in high school, like everybody, you know, was like, what do you want to be? I was like, the one thing I was like driving, I was like, I want to be a dad. Like I want to have kids. I want to raise them. I whatever job I have to do to fulfill that, fine, I'll do it. You know, whatever. I mean, really, that was like, because everyone's like, oh, I'm going to be an architect. I'm going to be a band director. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to be a doctor, blah, 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 blah. I had no idea, but I knew I wanted to be a husband. Now, granted, my life took a very, very dark turn, and one person made one decision to destroy both those things, and a few more things that we won't go into today. But one person made a decision and destroyed the two things I wanted more in my life than any other thing. Is to be, and one of those things was to be a father. Absolutely. And I know for a fact, I have friends that are like, oh yeah, we want kids. 100% I want kids. And I was like, why do you want kids? I mean, if you talk to these guys, and I'm sorry, Mary Morgan, I've got t-shirts older than you. And to put it into even more context, this game is essentially one giant escort mission, okay? And I've been doing escort missions before your parents even got together. So, yeah. Shush. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not a man. I know for a fact, like, if I said, I know for a fact if something happened to my children, you know, something bad happened. I won't even speculate. Let's just say something bad happened. And immediate retribution was called for. I can pick up my phone right now, call 15 people that I know within a 10-minute driving radius of myself, and I say, this happened. And they said, where do you want to meet? Because we love our children. We love our friends' children. Some of these men's like, oh, would you, and she was just like, I was like, would you hire, oh, I can't remember, like she quoted, like, would you hire a male babysitter? I literally babysitted as a teenager through junior high and high school to make money. Me, this dude, first job, babysitting. You know why? I was a good guy. I was a good kid. I cared about children. I'm a nurturing person. Am I the standard for men? Lord, no. Lord, no. Do I know other guys that were my age that were babysitting as well? 100%. All those guys back then are now married, have kids, or at least have kids, and absolutely like, oh, 100%. And it's like, oh, well, you know, even slight separation. My brother can call me up and say something happened to one of my nephews or my niece. Doesn't matter. Boom. What do you need? 100%. What do you need? It's not what I'm capable of doing. It's what is needed. You don't understand. When it comes to children, the protection instinct in men is more hardwired. I shouldn't say that. That's wrong. It's just as hardwired as the desire for women to procreate. Men want to procreate. That's hardwired into us. Yes. Are all men nurturing? Absolutely not. And is it a product of, it's a product of nature and nurture? Because I absolutely, if I wanted to really offend some people, I can name you 6 women that I thought of before I started this video. 6 women I know personally that treat their children like handbags. Beautiful, precious accessories, but only brought out when they need to look good themselves. And are absolutely horrific mothers. Horrific. Did I put too much emphasis on that first syllable? Well, a couple of them. That was intentional. But literally, so are women terrible? Yes, there are terrible women. Are there terrible men? 100% there's terrible men. But this is about a game. This is about a game. And to say that this man that a man put in this situation from today wouldn't have that paternal instinct to protect that child. If this was a robot that didn't look like a child, this is a whole different game. This game would stink because you'd be like, oh, we got to protect this robot. We're going to spend half that time kicking that robot because it's a robot. But the fact that it looks like a little girl, that activates our protection and our paternal instinct as men. So 100%, Mary Morgan, you're crazy. And here's a little fun thing, because I absolutely want to play this game now. Not because of the controversy. I kind of wanted to play it. When I saw the trailer, I wanted to play it. But one thing sealed it for me today, and I will show you a clip of it here. And here's why. And you go over on Twitter, there's a guy named Pids that did this, and it's 100%. I'm going to play it real quick because most of these songs aren't 30 seconds, but I don't want to get struck for copyright. But check this out. This is Diana dancing, goes with everything, and I love it. And I'll do it a little more. I just want to show a quick little clip. It's 8 minutes of little clips of just a bunch of songs with it. And I sent this to my daughter. I texted her and I go, this is you, literally minus the big puffy coat, because we live in Texas and we still do. You ain't wearing a coat like that except for maybe 1 or 2 days out in Texas. But I was like, this is you at age 6. She was like, oh, I love it. She was like, my daughter was like, I love this. She's like, are you getting the game? Yeah, just not yet. You know, I got to put other things in prioritize. And if someone wants to give me the game, absolutely, I will play it 100%, and I will live stream it as much as I possibly can. But I'm working a lot because I got a lot of things I got to take care of, and a lot of things I got to provide for my children that put my needs and everything else above my own. Believe me, if I told you what I need today medically to get done right now, the cost of that, and why I've been putting it off for almost a year on some of these things, is because I'm providing things for my children. I sacrifice for my children. I will sacrifice for my niece and all my nephews. I will make sacrifices for my friends' children if they ask. Sometimes when they won't ask. I am a guy that is paternal. And this Mary Morgan is just insane, because literally it's like, if she is this leaning on this topic, it tells me one thing. The men she knows in her life are probably like this. And that's sad that she surrounds herself with men that are not paternal. Because that leads you to 2 conclusions. They're not going to be good fathers. They're not going to love their children, which will cause their children, if they do have children, problems. And 3, I can almost guess with accuracy that they are extreme in their ideology, and they would put their ideology above everything. The normal man puts his family above everything. For me, God, family, everything else. That's it. That's my order. That's my order of what I sacrifice for. And some of you know me and some of you don't, but let me just say the word sacrifice is literally a daily thing for me. I sacrifice things because I think I'm called to sacrifice a lot of things because I'm one of the few people that can handle it. And I don't always handle it well, but this is a game. This is a giant escort mission about a guy protecting an android young girl and getting that emotion. And they're like, oh, well, this is just a simulator for Japan to stoke up feelings so the Japanese population will do that. I go, Well, first off, that topic has only been around for about a year or so in Japan, as far as I can tell. You know, their population has been dropping down. The birth rate is too low for them to repopulate their country, and it's a global thing. But that's kind of been a topic for a year. This game has been in development for 4 years, five I think actually, 5 years. So if it was, these game devs really had a good sense of what was coming, or they just wanted to make an awesome escort mission about a dude that loves protecting children, which those two people that I mentioned earlier in this video probably aren't in the habit of protecting children. Tailoring them to follow them, yes, but protecting them, no. I'm sorry, I protect children. If a strange child I had no idea came up to me, I mean, maybe this is a Texas thing, but I have confidence when my kids were little, if they ran up to another adult, if they ran up to another man scared, and because they were lost, it's a good thing, I feel confident as a Texan that man is going to find me. I just did. I mean, absolutely. I'm going to tear the freaking town apart looking for my child. But if they got separated from me and all that, I mean, literally, I will find them. But even my children didn't run off that far. But even when they kind of got out of eyesight, chasing one and when the other got out of eyesight, it was never a concern that they would meet someone that would take them. There was always that fear, but my lived experience was never that. Maybe that's just me. But I do know that where we went to parks at, they're frequented by people I know, people I volunteer with, people that I know in the community, and I know they would find that child and bring them to me, bring them back to me. And that's just so much controversy over a escort game. An escort game. That's what it comes down to. This is an escort game, people. 100%. And the fact that it's this dynamic is what offends some of these people. You should go. The Pragmata memes are just ridiculous. Like, oh, this is what if Progressive made it. This is what it looked like if Sweet Baby Inc. made it. And it's just the memes are hilarious, but it'd be like, I'm right, because it is. Where did we see it? Was it on Mary's? It was showing it on that little clip. Here's the biggest thing I think. Okay, this is young little white girl, white man. Do I think that's part of it? Maybe. There's no diversity, and it's like, oh, well, right now there's two characters. The diversity can only be one of two. You either have the same character or one of the characters a different race than the other. And I haven't seen it. Well, I did see it in the memes, brought up in the memes. But I mean, seriously, it's like, why is it so far-fetched that a man would have paternal instincts to protect a child? That's how far we've fallen as a society to think that what we've seen the worst. Growing up, we heard rumors, oh, be careful of the white van when you're out playing because they might snatch you. That was the worst. Yes, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm the youngest Gen Xer. I'm the youngest of the Gen Xers. Yes. But since then, we have seen horrors that, as a parent, literally like terrified me. I'm not going to lie. But literally, it's 100%. Why? Why would you think, oh, just because it's a man and a young girl, that he would protect her and not do something horrible? Like I said, this is a game. And you're getting so worked up over this. It says more about the people complaining than the game itself. The game itself, from what I've read from people that have actually played it, it's fun. I enjoy it 100%. And like the ratings so far are good. It's already sold 1 million copies. 1 million copies. And it's only been out a week. I think it hits Switch tomorrow. So it's only been on Steam and PlayStation right now. It hits Switch tomorrow. So yeah, we haven't even seen what the Switch numbers are, but what is it? Let's go see. Let's just see. Let's have fun. Let's see. SteamDB. Let's see what we got. Trending games. Pragmata. Well, Vampire Crawlers is up there. But look, 20,000 people playing it right now. 20,266 playing it right now on Steam. This is not PlayStation. This is Steam only. Peak was 68,000. So, yeah. Because I'm recording this video near the end of the day. We are 15 minutes from a new day from where I'm at. So, yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, a lot of people are signing off. But, yeah. This was, where's the peak? Let's see. So the peak is here, 68,000. And that was 3 days ago. So a lot of people playing it. And, you know, April 20th. What? What is April 20th? That was Monday. So yeah, weekend play, weekday play is going to be dropping off. But I guarantee you, if we looked again come Friday on the 24th, you're going to see this number spike because, yeah, I got it. I got to play it a little bit, but I haven't got to play it much. And people are like, well, it looks good, but I want to see. Some people wait. You know, they don't buy it outright day of. Sometimes they want to see what comes on. We're probably going to see that all-time peak spike this weekend. Just a thought. Because did they sell 1 million copies? I could have sworn that they sold 1 million copies. Yeah. Archived merely as over 1 million copies globally. Steam topping 574K. So half the players are on PlayStation, the other half are on Steam right now. We're going to see a boost on Switch for Switch 2. So yeah, it's a good game, but come on, people. Getting mad about this game, to me, it's like people saying, I hate Stardew Valley because reason. And that tells me way more about you than it does the game. Because to me, this is in the same vein. I wouldn't say it's a cozy game, but this should not be a controversial game. But it is. Which is baffling to me. So, that's my thoughts. And I'm sure that some of you will agree with me and some of you will not. And that's okay. We're all allowed our opinions. We're all allowed to have our stances. At the end of the day, we have to remember disagreeing doesn't mean hate. Disagreeing means difference of opinion. Difference of position does not mean hate. And agreeing does not mean love. Okay? So until next time, my friends, as always, I love you all. There's nothing you can do.